Hello everyone, welcome to another SRE mock interview video. Before we begin, I want to mention something important. The purpose of this session is not to prove how much someone knows, it is to identify where they are today and what they need to improve on. This member has recently joined my membership program just a couple of days ago. At the time of recording of this video and has only recently started his DevOps and SRE learning journey. He wanted to experience a real interview environment to understand his current level, and I appreciate him for having the confidence to do that. All right, so let's now begin the video. Thank you. Can you start talking about yourself and experience a little bit? I just want to know your experience.
Hi, Babuk. Myself Surya. So I am working as an SRE in XYZ company. So the thing is, for my day-to-day activity lies on like checking emails, going through the internal chats, and checking if any production outage, like any outage is going through, or any production issue has come on. So apart from this, if there is any infrastructure upgrade, if there is any request for doing so, so I just check on those. Uh, as apart from this, so we manage incident management. We do manage incidents as well as production release. So if the like from starting how to curate a release to do a proper deployment, we follow the all like we follow to the steps as well. We plan accordingly. Let's say if there is a how many releases have to be done in a quarter, so we plan accordingly so that all the teams could collaborate and do their changes and work accordingly.
Okay.
As of apart from release, we also do business continuity program. So quarterly, per year. So there are two times we do application and infrastructure, uh, basic failover and failback, so that the applications are basically disaster proof. Like they could be switched to any secondary sets of nodes if anything happens.
Okay, so it's like a disaster recovery, right? You said as a BCP, right?
Yeah,
Business
like
continuity planning. Okay, part of BCP.
business continuity. Yeah.
Okay. May I know what all tools have you used in your experience? What all tools and technologies have you used?
So basically, we use Unix shell scripting, um, GitLab,
Okay.
Jenkins,
Hmm.
a bit of Jenkins, but it has been moved to GitLab CI.
Okay.
So basically, and the deployment is manual. We
Okay.
do it manually. The script is there, so we do a bit change accordingly according to the requirements. And
Now, can you talk about it a little bit? Like how do you deploy manually via script?
yeah, sure.
Uh,
So let's say, yeah. So let's say there is a release going to happen next week.
okay.
So all so the preparation goes in all the developers and co-workers push their code to Git step
Okay.
by step. So starting of the day, like starting of the next week, we start with a proper tag cut so that we have a release branch and the release tag so that that particular tag would get deployed. So
Okay.
as the release tag is cut, so let's say the release tag is 3.1 is cut.
Okay. Hmm.
3.1 is cut. So 3.1 up to 3.1, all the changes have been merged up to 3.1. Then the changes and few changes. Actually, we basically say not to merge during the testing period because it may hamper the test environment also because all the main production changes have already been pushed to 3.1. So actually, after the tag is cut, we basically do regression testing, which is automated way. via scripts. Then we go, and then there are few tests that have dependencies on production environments. So we do the checks. Then we up till then we say the developers and other people to stop their changes, stop pushing the changes, as in because we need to do the dry run test before going to production environment. So we do the production. So we do the dry run test, which is similar to a prod environment. Apart from the database, everything is totally a duplicate of a non prod environment. So if everything passes, or if we face any issues, so we debug it.
Mm-hmm.
By, let's say if we go through the master changes and the release branch changes,
Mm-hmm.
we differentiate what all changes have gone, what all changes have gone through, and what changes are creating issues in this tag. So if we are able to change it, so we do a hot fix there and tell the developer to change it, so that wouldn't hamper in the prod environment, like prod release during the dry run state. This is this.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to a production release. So production release is basically a script. The CI part is automated. The CD, like the delivery, like deployment part is we do it manually via a script. So basically, it goes through stage deploy process.
Mm-hmm.
We do have flags also. Like if a particular environment is getting like completed, the application and all the microservice has been like in a particular in a particular like there we do have five set of client side and five sets. We do have five set of client side server and five set of uh, server side.
Okay.
So the microservices have been distributed throughout them. Uh, so we do checkouts one by one.
Mm-hmm.
Per environment. So if there is any issues in the environment or any microservices is going down,
Mm-hmm.
so we particularly go to the particular client side node or server side node and check which microservice is failing here. So microservice is creating problem, and if any recent change has hampered it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it has
Okay.
gone if the application is running fine through a, we remove the flag for the business to continue. But this is done during off time of our times. So basically, it is a banking application. So we do during downtime only. This is the main project. So there are
Mm-hmm.
few subsidiary projects. So we do. So they do have internal CI/CD, internal automation tool, which is called as Prop Monster. So in that, we do deployments during Friday night. So it is fully automated. So it goes through proper steps through build, test, um, tag checks, recursive some test checks,
Okay.
and deploy to prod.
So right now you're using GitLab CI and not Jenkins, right? You were on Jenkins, but you I think migrated to GitLab CI is what you told me, right? Okay.
Yes.
Can you just talk about the meaning of a three-tier application architecture? Like, what does it mean in general when I say that I'm working on a three-tier application architecture?
Basically, 3D application is a there are three layers. Like the
Mm-hmm.
front end part is the presentation layer,
Mm-hmm.
the application layer, and the database layer, the backend.
Okay.
So basically, the presentation layer is the front end part where all the user access the application
Mm-hmm.
through their devices, maybe it a
Okay.
browser or a web app or a mobile app.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And application layer contains the backend services,
Mm-hmm.
which may be deployed to any cloud source, or it may be in private cloud or any legacy system.
Mm-hmm.
And the database layer is the which stores the application data in any of the cloud services.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay. Can you talk about any Jenkins pipelines have like you have worked in the past?
Jenkins pipeline. So do you need, like, should I
I
tell
mean,
the steps how
the
it?
steps, yeah. Like if you can like talk about some steps of the Jenkins pipelines that you have like managed in the past.
Okay, so basically, like the first stage, let's say we are cloning a code
Mm-hmm.
from Git.
Okay.
So we first give a stage like git clone and give the git credentials and
Mm-hmm.
add it. Then when the next stage goes for Maven build,
Okay.
Maven clean build
Maven.
to
So okay.
like
So is it like what kind of applications like were you working on? Which applications are you talking about
it
here?
was
Like
Java based.
Java-based applications. Okay. You're using Maven to build.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was Java.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then so we were using Podman.
Okay.
So we were storing the image in Podman. So the stage, like the next stage would be to build the image, Podman image.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Then to like push the image credentials and all, like
So after building the image,
portraits.
you just push the image to the image registry.
Yes, image registry.
What happens to the built artifact via Maven? Where does that artifact go after you have like built the artifact using Maven? Where do you store these artifacts? Is what I want to know. There must be
Don't
some
remember.
artifact store, like a repository maybe. Okay. Anyways, no problem. So after building the image, you're saying you just push the image. Don't you have any code scanner tools which can scan the code for any vulnerabilities, any issues?
Actually, initially we do not have any like uh, code vulnerability scan, but there is a tech risk team who used to manually checks if there is any vulnerability in the code.
Okay, which tool do they use? Any idea?
They use GitLab only.
GitLab to check the code vulnerabilities. Are you sure?
Not sure, but
Okay.
I'm using
Anyways,
GitLab.
no problem. Okay, so you were saying that the images, I mean, pushed. So where do you, I mean, push these images that you built as part of your pipeline, as part of your Jenkins pipeline? Where do you push these images to?
This image are pushed into internal repository kind like
So, I
this.
mean, like are these Jenkins pipeline hosted on some cloud platform when you were using
No, they're in-house application, in-house cloud.
in-house cloud? Okay,
Yes,
okay, like
private cloud.
because it's related to banking, right? That's why.
Yes, yeah, correct.
Okay, got it. Okay, so then, like, what happens after that? After you have like built the image?
So yeah, once it is
Mm-hmm.
pushed,
Mm-hmm.
so like once it is pushed, we will just like the pipeline completes like till now, till then,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
now. So nowadays we like after that we have some UI based tools like internal tools to check there is a GNS artifact. So if we will check like all the dependencies are there. The image which we have pushed, it is collecting all the dependencies and all the basically all
Mm-hmm.
the dependencies are
Mm-hmm.
checking. If it is
Okay.
pushed, then we can check that uh, a new tag a new tag would be created once it is get pushed. So
Okay.
we can check that in our internal side. Yeah, please.
I mean, how do you tag these images? What is that tag that gets attached to each new image?
Tag is similar. Like let's say 3.1 is the base tag.
Mm-hmm.
So 3.1, 3.111 tool like this.
Okay, you're using some like manual tagging strategy, and you're not using any
Correct.
like in inbuilt these variables that can hold some values. For example, you can use uh, like a commit ID to tag your images. So you're not using anything like that. It is just
No,
like a
no,
manual.
no.
Okay, tag. Okay.
manually. Yeah, manually
Okay.
tag.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Where do you deploy these applications to? Which which platform does
Yeah, it is
the
an
application?
actually it is also an internal platform. It is called as Activate Me kind of. So once the tag
Okay.
is there, we will verify the tag is there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is basically, yeah, the environment is called as Activate Me. So
Okay.
once the tag is there, we can see that the tag is there.
Mm-hmm.
Some like we can check all the environments are available, like
Mm-hmm.
prod, dev, QA, all the environments are available, and the tag is there. As in, uh, we can also see the submodules are also there. Submodules, let's say, submodules are the microservices which are attached to
Okay.
applications. They are also
Okay.
available there. So it is basically a UI kind of thing which do have all the microservices, all the environments, so we can hit at a go. So this thing is this Activate Me, which is deployment tool. So it
Mm-hmm.
has been once we do a proper prod release.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been done, like the script has been written, like a script is there. So it does the deployment for all the environments, all the prod environments at a go, without doing manually single one by one environment. Let's say if anything goes wrong,
Mm-hmm.
if any image is not pushed, or if any product deployment fails,
Mm-hmm.
then we have to go to this environment production activate me environment, and we have to manually do and by environment wise per module wise.
Okay. So if something fails in production, how do you roll back?
Okay, so if anything fails in production, we will check through via DB. We check via um, A- uh, ADS.
ADS.
Sorry. Yes, ADS. ADS is
What do you mean by ADS? Sorry, I didn't understand that part. What do you mean by that?
actually, yeah, ADS is Aqua Data Studio. It is an environment, it is an application which allows us to connect database and to our application. Like we can check the database so that we can query, basically
Okay.
query the database.
Okay.
So yeah, let's say if you said as you said, like anything, if anything goes wrong, if any production goes down,
Mm-hmm.
if any deployment fails, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
if any deployment fails, we will figure out which environment has got failed. So then we will query the particular environment name in the database, so that we could find which particular microservice has failed.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Okay.
let's say if it is not showing the particular microservice, it will show the which application, like apps 1, apps 2. So there are multiple apps list. So it will show particular which apps has failed. So by then we will go to the particular host through Linux, all are hosted in rel.
Mm-hmm.
So we will go to the machine and do manually do manual checks by going through the deployment logs of what has failed. Then we will go to the particular microservice which has failed. So there is a tool. There is also a tool which is called as HLT, that it shows which all applications, like which all microservices are down, or which all applications like microservices are in, like they're hallucinating, they're not working properly. So we'll particularly go to the particular microservice and check the logs. There we can find out what has gone wrong by checking the errors or failures by PS grep.
Okay. Can you talk about a few Jenkins plugins that you've used in the past?
Jenkins plugin, Maven,
Mm-hmm.
JUnit. These are the one I couldn't remember much more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with Terraform? Have you used Terraform ever?
Oh no.
So, are you using any ISE tool in your
Yes,
current
there is
project?
a there is a ISA tool, but it is in-house only. So it is
Okay.
called as Canvas. So it is similar to Terraform. I got the gist. How what does Terraform do? So
Mm-hmm.
instead of manually creating infrastructure in
Mm-hmm.
AWS or Azure or GCP, so
Mm-hmm.
similar way we used to do create create hosts like like the organization cloud environment via Canvas application.
Okay. See, Surya, actually, I mean, in this company, we are using AWS as our cloud platform, and we
Okay.
have Jenkins pipeline. We use containers. We use uh, EKS clusters also to deploy our applications. So, do you have any experience with Kubernetes?
Yes, I do have I don't not in organization, but I like personally I have tried.
Okay. Can you talk about the architecture of Kubernetes? Can you explain the architecture of Kubernetes?
Kubernetes is basically orchestration, like
Hmm.
it is an orchestration tool. So it basically uses the images to deploy.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Uh, do you have any experience working in AWS cloud?
Not in my current company, but I do have in general. Like
Okay, so if I just like give you one scenario, for example, you have an EC2 instance
okay,
and you're trying to SSH to this EC2 instance. It's a Linux EC2
okay.
instance, and you're not able to SSH into it. Okay, so how would you troubleshoot this issue? What is the first thing that you can check when this EC2 instance is I mean, you're trying to SSH into it, but you're not able to do so. So, like, what is the first thing that you can check?
Maybe like I will check the server IP address. Uh,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
then let's say I will check all the. I mean, I will check the security group if
Mm-hmm.
the ports are correctly like we do have inbound and outbound
Mm-hmm. Okay.
rules in check.
Okay. Okay.
Then yeah, then I can check like in systemctl like by hitting a command called systemctl status ssh to know.
Systemctl status SSH, but how would you like
Okay,
use
yeah,
this command because yeah,
I'm not.
you've not been able to SSH to the instance. Okay. Anyways, no problem. I'll move on to the next question. Have you ever worked with load balancers in AWS?
Not really, but I do had in my. I have experience in load balancer, but that was also in house kind of.
Okay. So if I just ask you like what is the meaning of a load balancer? Like why do we use it?
So load balancer, the main it plays a critical role. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
if there is any traffic which is coming, there is like to divert the traffic. Basically, it is used like to divert the application traffic to one node to other set of node during peak hours.
Have you ever worked with auto scaling groups in AWS?
No.
Okay. Can you talk about the differences between a security group and a network access control list in AWS?
NACL.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Like security group. Uh, Basically,
Mm-hmm.
security group is the firewall, and NACL acts as a firewall for an entire subnet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what about security group?
It works as a firewall for a particular node, particular
Mm-hmm.
instance. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. All right. Um, okay. And any other difference that you can think of between security group and NACL, which is critical to its functioning?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In security group, it has only allow rules,
Mm-hmm.
whereas in NSL it has allow and deny rules.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. What else can you think of? You're missing out on one of the most important differences between the security group and NACL. and it's related to their like functioning. How do they work in terms of network traffic? This network routing. In terms of network routing.
In security group, security groups are stateful and NSAs are stateless.
Okay. What is the meaning of that? What is the
Yeah,
meaning of being stateful and stateless for a
like
firewall?
like it returns the traffic automatically, like
Hmm.
back. But stateless, you have to put some rules, traffic rules, reports,
Okay.
so that the server can respond to the client.
Okay. Okay. No problem. That's good. Can you talk about designing a highly available application in AWS? What all we can do? Like what all steps we can take to make an application highly available in AWS? You can give me any example. Any example.
So we will use application load balancer. Then
Mhm.
we should add auto scaling to that.
Can you talk about the differences between a declarative and a scripted pipeline in Jenkins?
Sorry, not sure.
Okay, no problem. Can you talk about how do you store secrets in Jenkins?
Yeah, there is credential.
Hmm.
So we store in credentials.
And credentials.
So
Okay. Hmm.
yeah, so that thing it has like in our organization it was migrated like as it happened long way back. So we have an internal tool which is similar to credential. It's called as Cred Vault, which we used to
Okay.
store all the credentials there.
Vault. Okay. Hmm.
Vault.
Okay. Okay. Just assume that you are working on some Jenkins application and Jenkins build
Mhm.
fails. So, like, how do you start troubleshooting the issue if a Jenkins build fails?
Okay, I will go step by step.
Hmm.
So I will check which all steps have passed, like I will check like if the failure step is not a like it is not a deployment step basically.
Okay. Where
Uh,
will you check? Where will you check this?
in console log,
In console.
Jenkins
Okay.
console log.
Console log. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it is not a like a deployment stage, then we could manually like we could figure out the pipeline fix like pipeline changes like what all we
Okay.
have to fix.
Just assume that suppose like you have found out the issue, you think that it's a code issue. So something related to code change like needs to be fixed. So how do you like reach out to the developer? Like what is your process of reaching out to the developer in case the issue related to a code change?
So first of all, I will check which all regions are impacting for that
Which, I'm
in the
sorry.
wider base. Which all regions are
Okay,
impacted by
regions.
that
Okay.
code.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
if that is on priority basis, if that is on like peak hours or if the code needs to be checked just now, so we can roll back. Basically, we can roll back. We do have a rollback strategy. We can roll back the to the previous tag, which was
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
well and good. And if suppose that the changes needs to be pushed,
Mm-hmm.
we can collaborate with the developer uh, and do a hot fix then and there
Okay.
on the node particular node which is impacted.
So before rolling it back to the last tag, last the workable
Yes,
tag, do you take any approvals also?
yes, we do take approvals from the
Okay.
senior clients.
Senior, sorry, senior who?
So their VP is like basically
I'm sorry, I
in
didn't
banks.
understand.
Yeah.
Who,
So they're application owners
application
basically.
owners. Okay, you're saying
Yeah, app
application.
owners.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Now, can you talk about a container? Like if I just ask you, like, what do you uh, understand by a container application?
Basic container meaning what is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, Basically, it is a standalone package that that like that holds all the code,
Hmm.
system tools, libraries, dependencies,
Okay.
all the configs, bundle it up, and ready to see.
Okay. Can you talk about a few benefits of deploying an application as container as compared to deploying the application in a monolithic way on an EC2 instance? Just for an example, on an EC2 instance, or it can be any VM. It doesn't matter. So, like, what are benefits of deploying an application as a container as compared to the old traditional monolithic way, where we have this entire application deployed on the single VM in the single code base? Like, why do we do it? Like, I mean, why do you want to use container in the first place? Is what I want to understand.
In monolithic way,
Hmm.
so I mean, in monolithic way, so
Okay,
I mean,
uh,
yeah.
no worries,
I
no
can't
problem.
frame actually the entire application is.
Hmm.
Can I try once
Yeah, yeah,
again? Actually,
please, please. Yeah.
the monolithic way, the entire application is built and bu- it is built and packaged and deployed at a one single go.
Hmm.
But in containerization, it has small chunks kind of thing,
Hmm.
small independent microservices, dependent services
Okay.
that like they are
Hmm.
uh, which run on their own.
Okay. Okay, no problem. The last section I want to understand, like, how do you monitor your applications in your current project? How do you like check the health of your applications?
So basically, we check the logs, metrics uh, per application like per node wise.
Hmm.
Basically, let's say so we do have a tool called internal tool. So it's similar to Grafana, I would say, which is open source code Grafana.
Okay.
So as
What
in,
is the name?
I don't have any like
What is the name of this tool, which is like similar to Grafana? If I want to know.
it's called as Rhino.
Rhino. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's an internal like, created tool. So, like, there is a particular team who checks the operations, like basics, like
Hmm.
uh, operation scenarios, and they
Hmm.
revert back if anything has gone wrong. So, to just like, I don't have any proper observability. We checks for infra health, node
Hmm.
health, but we don't like particularly monitor all those every time. So there is a separate team, people, separate team, those who check operations team.
So
So they revert back.
you don't like monitor the applications or I mean fix anything related to dashboards or alerts for your applications. You don't do that.
No, if there is any request from them, we do. But any alerts have been come like
Hmm.
let's say if there is an alert coming to change, there is some particular thresholds have reached. So just to increase the thresholds, so they may reach out to us to do the like increase or decrease as per the requirement.
Okay. I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, actually,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, actually, I have worked in an in-house application, so
Hmm.
what all open source things I can learn from.
If you join our company, you'll be given a lot of exposure around AWS cloud, as I mentioned. We have all these applications deployed on AWS cloud, and we are using Jenkins pipelines here to deploy our applications. The pipeline is completely automated, so there's no like manual step here. All our applications are deployed as containers, and we deploy to EKS clusters using these Jenkins pipelines. So, and we use tools like Grafana to visualize all our data from the applications. We are using Prometheus for metrics. We are using Loki for logs, and we also have traces using a Tempo tool. that we use to monitor our applications. We have a lot of alerts configured. This SRE team, they like take care of all those things end to end. If any issue arises, if anything needs to be fixed around dashboards and alerts, so it has to be fixed by the SRE team. And for infrastructure as code tool, we're using Terraform, so all our infrastructure is completely automated. We don't create any resources manually at all. Only for a few exceptional cases we may do that, but all our infrastructure is completely automated by Terraform, and any issues related to Terraform also is being taken care by the SRE team. So yeah, if you join our company, so yeah, that's what you're going to get when you join.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
No, this was it.
Okay, thank you for being a part of the interview. Thank you.
And before I go, I would like to talk about my YouTube membership program where I have a lot of premium videos available. As you can see right now, I'm talking about a production Docker file. So this is a sample Docker file from a production environment, which I'm covering here, and I'm explaining each and every instruction that is there in this Docker file. Apart from that, I also have videos on some of the most important site reliability engineering terms that are often asked in the interview. How do you explain that? I have video on SRE golden signals, which is very critical when you're actually working and you're configuring some dashboards for a particular application. So you would need SRE golden signals. And then I have a hands-on project on SLI, SLO, SLA. So I start with the theory, like how do you explain these terms and how do you explain an end-to-end project that you've done on SLI, SLO, SLA. So that I've covered here. Here you can see I'm using a Java Spring Boot application, which is being monitored using Prometheus and Grafana tools. And the application is deployed into AWS EKS clusters. Apart from that, I also have video on distributed tracing with Grafana Tempo, and I also have one video on how do you use open telemetry for metrics collection for a Java Spring Boot application in Prometheus and Grafana. So it's again, all these videos are hands-on, which means that I'm going to share the document, the end-to-end document that I'm following here, and how do you configure all these things in real. So all that I'm trying to cover here. Apart from that, I also have video on logs aggregation using Grafana Loki tool for Java Spring Boot application. So how do you aggregate logs from multiple applications into Grafana Loki? So that I am covering here. Then in production, we don't use the standard Prometheus to collect our data. We use an enterprise solution which is called Mimir. So the difference between Prometheus and Mimir I've covered in this video. I also have a shell scripting crash course with production scenarios where I'm going to talk about the type of questions that are asked in the interview. Apart from that, all the fundamentals of shell scripting that you should learn for the interview. Then I have other videos as well. As I mentioned, I have multiple videos on Prometheus and Grafana based Java Spring Boot application monitoring in production, how it is done. So these are the videos. Apart from that, I also have Terraform, I have Kubernetes, and I have AWS, Linux, and you can see some of the videos in my YouTube membership program are actually recordings from my real live batches that I've run for SI trainings. A lot of people have got the job as well. So I have these recordings as it is, and in each of these videos I'm talking about how it's going to look like when you're actually working in real as an SRE. So I'm talking about all that. Yeah, so these are the things that I have on my channel, so you can take a look at it. If you find it useful, you can go for the membership as well. It's going to immensely help you in your interviews. All right, so that's all I wanted to cover in this video. I hope this video was useful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. Please share this with others. Please do subscribe to my channel and keep watching my channel. All right, guys, that's all for this one, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.